boys and girls. I'm so glad to come back and see you guys again today. I have a wonderful read aloud that I would like to do with you, but I would like us to review some of our comprehension strategies that we've been learning back in class, and then I've done a couple strategies with you. So I wanted to see what you remembered, okay? So I'm going to show you a picture of one of our comprehension strategy friends to see if you remember who these people are. So when I show you this picture, I want you to say out loud who this person is. Are you ready? Here we go. Who is that? Yes, that is Paula the Power Predictor, and we've talked about her before. Okay, let's try another one. Are you ready? Here we go. Who is this? If you said Claire the Clarifier, you are correct. Kiss your brain, you're so smart. I dropped one, give me a second. Okay, who is this one right here? Are you ready? Who is that? You've got it, that's right. That is Sammy the Summarizer. And we have one more. Tell me who this one is. If you said Quincy the Questioner, kiss your brain, you're so smart. You're absolutely right, that's right. Those are our 4 comprehension strategy friends that help us to remember what we're reading. And so today, we're gonna talk about one particular strategy today, and that is Quincy the Questioner. And Quincy the Questioner asks questions. He asks questions and he wonders about things. So some of those questions that he might be asking is, remember, he'll say like, I wonder who, I wonder what, I wonder when, I wonder where, and I wonder why. Those are the questions that Quincy the Questioner asks. And if you remember, I have my microphone. And remember, we say who, what, when, where, why. Your turn. Ready? Say who, what, when, where, why. Good job. That's exactly right. Who, what, when, where, why are some of the questions that we ask, or we start our question with, and we ask those questions with either who, what, when, where, why. That doesn't mean that's all of them. Sometimes we'll start a question with how, or does, or will, but those are really the who, what, when, where, why are usually the questions that we use a lot to begin with. So here I have a picture for us to look at, and I hope this isn't backwards, but it says right up here, asking questions. And remember our big question mark. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. That's another one that we do. So today what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about being a good reader, because we all want to become a better reader. And so good readers will always ask questions when they're reading. Remember, we've talked about our brains are so busy when we're reading, and good readers will ask questions when they're reading. They ask questions before they read. They ask questions during their reading, and good readers even ask questions after they read. Can you say these words with me? Say before, say during, and say after. That's right. Good readers will ask questions before they read, during their reading, and after they're finished reading. So why? Why do we ask questions when we read? I'll tell you why. Because it engages us, and it leads to deeper thinking and greater understanding. So if we want to become a better reader, we need to ask questions before we read, during our reading, and even when we're finished after our reading. It helps us to remember what we read. And it leads us to understand, it leads us to deeper thinking, and it keeps our brain busy because we want to find out the answer to our questions. So asking questions is a really important strategy. So today, I've invited somebody to come and read a story with you, and I bet you're going to know who it is. All right, take a prediction right now. Give me a guess. Who do you think is going to be coming and reading a story with you today? Is that who you think? Let's see if you're right. I'll see you in a little while. Bye. Hello, boys and girls. My name is Quincy the Questioner. Did you predict that me, Quincy the Questioner, would be here to read a story with you today? If you did, congratulations, you are correct. It is Quincy the Questioner, and as you know, I love to ask questions. Who, what, when, where, why? Say that with me. Who, what, when, where, why? And today we are going to read a book together called Unlovable. Unlovable. I have to put my mic down so I can read this book to you. Unlovable. Here's the story, Unlovable. And it is about this cute little dog. This cute little dog. And so I know Mrs. May has told you that good readers will ask questions before they even begin reading. And today we are going to ask a question before we even begin reading. And the book is called Unlovable. And I see this dog. Unlovable, I know, means that somebody does not love him. He's unlovable. Well, why in the world would this dog be unlovable when he is as cute as he can be? That's a question, and I'm already thinking about the book, Unlovable. And I'm already wondering things, like why is he unlovable? Let's read and see if we can find out those questions. I'm going to show you how to do that today, to ask questions. Remember, we're going to do it before we read, during our reading, and after our reading. Unlovable. Let's begin. Alfred was unlovable. I don't imagine why. I just can't imagine why. He's so cute. At least that's what the cat told him every chance he got. You've got the ugliest mug I've ever seen. No one could love you. Alfred tried his best to ignore the remarks, but it was difficult, especially since the cat had taught the parrot to say, unlovable, squawk, unlovable. Whenever Alfred walked by, the goldfish gurgled in agreement. Well, that's not very nice of those animals. But what was it that made him unlovable? His snoring? The way that he ate? His little curly tail? Look at that tail, boys and girls. It's so cute. Why would he be unlovable? None of the neighborhood dogs would have a thing to do with him. His mouth is too small to hold a ball, a big German shepherd sneered. His legs are way too short for running, snickered a greyhound. A pampered poodle chuckled. Did you see that face? I still don't understand why he's unlovable. I think he's adorable. Beat it, shrimp, growled a Doberman. You couldn't even scare a mailman. Look at him. He looks so sad. I don't blame him. I'd be sad too. Alfred didn't like staying in the house since the cat was always making fun of him. The parrot was always squawking, unlovable. And the goldfish was always gurgling in agreement. So Alfred spent most of his time alone in the backyard. Aww. I have a question. I wonder, will Alfred ever have any friends? Are you wondering anything? One day, a new family moved in next door. Alfred tried to see if they had a dog who might be his friend, but he was too little to look over the fence. As he was sniffing around, he heard something on the other side. "Hello?" Alfred called. "Hi," came the answer. "I'm Rex. I just moved in." "My name is Alfred." And without thinking, he blurted out, "I'm a golden retriever." "Glad to meet you," Rex replied. "Oh no, I have a question. I wonder why? Why did Alfred say he was a golden retriever? I know that golden retrievers are big dogs. Alfred is obviously not a big dog, so why? Why would he say he's a golden retriever when he's not? Do you know why? Let's read and find out if we can find the answer to my question. Alfred and Rex talked for hours. Alfred said he liked sleeping in the sun, dog food, and scratching. Rex did too. Rex said he hated baths and going to the vet. Alfred did too. It began to get dark. Soon it was time for dinner, and they both went inside. That night, Alfred thought about how much he liked Rex and how much they had in common. Then he thought about the big fib he had told. Do you know what a fib is? Yeah. Alfred was sure they'd be friends as long as Rex never saw how unlovable he was. I wonder, will Alfred ever tell Rex the truth? That he's not a golden retriever? Let's keep reading and find out. The next day, when Alfred and Rex were chatting, a squirrel jumped onto the fence between them. They both barked at it. The squirrel took one look at Alfred and climbed up a tree. Rex said, "You sure showed that squirrel who's boss, Alfred." But Alfred was thinking, if Rex ever sees me, he'll run away too. Do you have a question right now? Can you ask a grown-up near you what your question is? Start with I wonder. I wonder. That's a really good question. Let's see if we can find the answer. "I'm going to dig a hole under the fence," Rex said one day. "Then I can squeeze through to your side, and we can meet." Alfred heard Rex digging. When he heard Rex wiggle under the fence, he ran and hid behind a bush. Then he heard Rex call, "Alfred, where are you?" Do you have another question right now? Ask a grown-up and start with, I wonder. Go ahead. Good question. Suddenly, Rex poked his head into the bush where Alfred was hiding. Wait a second. Do you see what I'm seeing? What do you notice about them, boys and girls? Oh my goodness! You look just like me, gasped Alfred. Wow, this is great, said Rex. You're not a golden retriever after all. Alfred had to laugh. Who cared about what the others said? Rex was his friend, and Rex liked him just the way he was. Hey, we found our answer. Alfred did tell Rex that he wasn't a golden retriever. And they're still friends. Together, Alfred and Rex ran. They jumped. They played. And Alfred never felt unlovable again. Look at that last page, boys and girls. Do you see the cat? Do you see how the cat sees both of them? We're finished our reading, but good readers ask questions even after they're finished reading. I wonder, what is the cat thinking when he sees two dogs that look just like Alfred? Do you have a question even though we're finished? If you do, ask a grown-up. That's a good question. We're finished. And so, boys and girls, today what we did was we talked about questioning. Can you say that? Questioning. And remember, good readers ask questions. Questions like who, what, when, where, why. Can you say that? Good job. Boys and girls, when you go to read at home, you ask questions while you're reading. You say who, what, when, where, why questions. It helps you to understand your story. And good luck finding your answers to your questions. Try it out. Let me know how it goes. Bye, boys and girls.